what's up out there YouTube? Double D here with Tournage du Bois. Welcome back. Today we've got this piece of red cedar that was sent to me. I want to make a little like a coin dish, key holder, just a small little live edge bowl with this. So let's get rolling. Alright, so the first thing I want to do, I'm going to get this rounded off. And then I want to smooth this edge up just a little bit into that point so I can get it flipped around and get a tenon put on it. I might put a mortise on this side or something just so that I can grab it in the chuck jaws. But let's get this rolling. I did put a tenon on the other side so I could get this side done, get a mortise in it. I am going to put some sanding sealer on this now, and then I will do some CA glue around the bark to keep it looking good. I've got a little bit of cleanup here to do, but I'll do that after the sanding sealer. I'll do a final scrape, and then we'll get back to sanding. I won't bore you with all that, but just figured I'd give you a quick update. We have our Mylan sanding sealer. For those of you who are new to my channel, I do sanding sealer anytime I want to do some CA glue on anything, because the CA glue sometimes will stain the wood. So putting on that sanding sealer keeps the wood from getting stained by that glue, and that helps keep it looking the way I want it to without any unsightly stains from that glue. The sanding sealer will really help make that color pop as well. As you can see, that's just a really nice deep red from this red cedar, and will really help with the finished overall look that I want to go for with the piece. We will leave that to dry, and then we'll be back after a bit. All right, we are back. That has dried up pretty good. So now we're going to use our Starbond Thin. There is a link in the description down below. And you can use coupon code DD15 for a 15% off your entire order of Starbond. So if you need some CA glue, Starbond is a great option. And it is my favorite out of all the different glues I have tried. Just going to get the edge of the bark here just to help keep it from wanting to pop off. There's not any cracking to be noticeable down around here. I will hit this one and this little bit of an inclusion real quick. Other than that, this piece is good. So we'll do a scrape. We've got a little bit of this cut mark right here. I actually kind of like that as a focal point, so I'll probably put black CA glue in that spot. And then we'll cut this edge back just a little bit because it's a little bit rough right here, but we'll round that off just a little bit. So then for this crack, like I said, Starbond black. And we'll put that and let it seal up that line. We'll give that a little bit to cure, and then we'll scrape it back and get back to sanding. And we have that sanded up to 240 grit. So what I want to do is I want to hit it with the denatured alcohol. That'll raise that grain just a little bit, clean it up. I'm going to hit it with the 320 grit, and then I'm going to do my sanding sealer, a second coat of that. That way it'll just get a nice ultra smooth finish, and then we will get to flipping it around and hollowing it out after we get the finish on the outside. All right, we are back. We have that sanded up to 400 grit. I'm going to do Brad's abrasive sanding paste. There's a link to his Etsy store down below, and if you use the coupon code DD10, you get a 10% discount on your purchase. Got to be in all caps, so make sure you use that font, but take advantage of that and get yourself a discount on Brad's products. Now we're going to use the tongue wax finish from Brad's also. So this is a friction finish, so you want to get it applied and then you want to get the heat up, so you turn up your lathe speed. Get that heat up to really melt that wax right into the wood. Very durable finish. I put this on all my pins for sure, and it does a phenomenal job at keeping that finish for a prolonged time period. So definitely recommend both of his finishes, both the tongue wax and the tongue honey. They just happen to go on in different methods, but it's absolutely a beautiful, beautiful finish. We let that set for about 10 to 15 minutes, and then we will buff it off. So we'll see you in a few. So you want to just work that rag back and forth until you feel the heat start to build up, and then you can start working it into other parts, and that heat, that friction is going to continue to build and just really melt that wax right into the wood for that nice durable finish. All right, we'll get this flipped around and hollowed out now. Once again, we have that sand up to 240 grit, so we will hit it with some sanding sealer, and then we will let that set. Then we'll come back and do the 320 grit denatured alcohol. Then we'll hit it with the 400 grit, and then move on to our finish process, just like we did with the outside. So I won't make you watch all of that, but I'll bring you back at least when I'm doing the finish, and then we'll go from there. Hey everybody, welcome back. Hope you enjoyed that project where we took that piece of red cedar and turned the small live edge bowl. So the idea for this was keys, coins, just a little catch-all bowl. Smooth as everything, just absolutely smooth up to that 400 grit with the sanding sealer. Great finish on this as always from Brad. I get a lot of my inspiration on my live edge pieces from Phil Anderson. I've recommended his channel a few times, but always go check it out. It's always amazing stuff. I do get a lot of inspiration from a lot of different channels though, and one of my recent inspirations, because I've never done anything with true segmenting, I've put some pieces into other things and things like that, but I've never done any true segment. But I've been watching my good friend John Morrow's channel. I'm going to put a link to that right up here. But John does some absolutely great segmenting pieces, so I'm looking forward to get into that. I have a good friend here in the club who does a lot too, so he and I are going to work together. We're going to get some cool segmented pieces, but in the near future, John and I are going to do a ring swap. So I'll make a ring, he'll make a ring, we'll swap them with each other and then incorporate them into our other projects. So really looking forward to getting into some segmenting pieces. But at any rate, if you haven't checked out his channel though, like I said, I put that link up there. Go check it out, subscribe, like his videos. Absolutely amazing stuff. And he's closing in on 1,000 subscribers. So let's give him that push to get him to that 1,000 subscriber mark. If this is your first time here, please consider subscribing. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If not, give it a thumbs down. Either way, leave your feedback, comments down below. I read them, appreciate them, and that helps me to grow. And at any rate, we will catch you all next time.